What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Masters. As always, alone in the studio today. Going to be doing an update on the injury statuses of Randy Orton and John Cena. Two huge injuries in WWE right now, and it's affecting everything from the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, as WWE had to change a lot of plans surrounding these two events. We'll jump right into it to Randy Orton. I guess it was reported several weeks ago by Dave Meltzer himself that Orton had a shoulder injury, and it was also reported by Meltzer that he might, keyword might, need neck surgery, and there was, despite the report saying that Meltzer said that he would actually need it instead of the might. So, after that, shortly after, actually, Orton's shoulder injury that he suffered, it was reported on Ric Flair's podcast that he would need neck surgery and be out of action for an additional 3 to 6 months on top of the shoulder injury and how long he would be out for that. So, I guess yesterday something happened on Randy Orton's Instagram account. A fan asked him if he was going to miss WrestleMania 32 this year, as it's the roster keeps getting depleted as we get closer to the big event. Orton went on by saying, in reply to this fan, he was hurt on December 18th, December 8th, that was his shoulder injury. He says also that things are ahead of schedule and he's getting back into rehab and things are just getting better every day. He also says that he does not need neck surgery. So this is coming from Randy Orton himself. He does not need neck surgery, and to stop listening to rumors and reports and to just wait until WWE.com reports it, because that's where the official word comes out and that's where everyone should be listening to. This is good for Randy Orton to come out and answer a fan on his Instagram account and to clarify everything that we shouldn't all listen to rumors and reports. It should wait until it comes from a reliable source as WWE.com. But it sucks because Dave Meltzer actually does report on some good things most of the time. So it's sad that he got this wrong. But yeah, Randy Orton says he's ahead of schedule, which is a good thing, and he's getting back into rehab and doing well. Let's get to my opinion on this. I do think Randy Orton should come back, and it's great he should come back, but I think he should come back only on a part-time basis. Maybe a 3 to 4 months at a time kind of feud. Maybe against someone not too physical, like Ryback or Brock Lesnar or Kevin Owens. Maybe face someone like a Ambrose or Rollins type, or even like Neville, someone that he could feud with that's not gonna put his pre-existing injuries in jeopardy. I don't think he should come back for a title reign. I mean, you can't have a part-time champion. WWE tried that with Brock Lesnar, and yeah, it made some people happy because, Brock Lesnar does draw, but then it also pissed off the IWC and us real wrestling fans that we don't like to see a part-time wrestler as a champion and then just go away while still holding the title and not defending it. Randy Orton is a bona fide Hall of Famer. Don't get me wrong. As soon as he retires, he's going to go straight into the Hall of Fame. Freaking third generation superstar. It's awesome. I think if he gets brought back, he should be brought back also to put people over. I think it's a good role for him, as he's done everything he needed to do in his career. Maybe put over some upcoming NXT stars. That would be nice. After that, after he's been put in the Hall of Fame, I think he should probably go down to the Performance Center and be a coach of some sort or something like that, or like some kind of teacher down there and help develop the young talent. I think he has a lot of experience and he's got a lot of knowledge in the business, as he is a third-time generation superstar. So I think he has a lot in his background to be a successful trainer or teacher down in the Performance Center. My opinion, though, I think if he has a last match, it should be at WrestleMania. It's a perfect time and a perfect place to go out. He can have one last epic match before he calls it quits and hangs up the boots. Maybe face like an epic opponent that he's never faced yet, like The Rock or Roman Reigns, or even, I know he's faced them before, but have his ending match with Triple H. They can easily build a good feud with the history these guys have had back and forth. So I think that'd be also a good way for Randy Orton to go out on top. And his last match should be at WrestleMania. So it looks like it won't be at this one. Maybe he can hold off and just be part-time for a while and maybe retire at next year's WrestleMania or even the year after that. But yeah, it looks like his pre-existing injuries are catching up with Randy Orton as he is getting older too as well. But I do think he should come back on the part-time basis. I mean, yeah, Randy Orton draws, and he's such a good character, and his charisma is unbelievable. But you know what? Like, if he's going to keep getting injured like this, it sucks. And now that WWE's roster is getting depleted as ever, it's really bad timing for Randy Orton to get injured. So, yep, those are my opinions on what Randy Orton should do when he comes back from his injuries. I really hope he gets well, and it looks like, as he says, that he is ahead of schedule. Moving on to the second person here dealing with injuries is John Cena. Here's an update on him. WWE.com has published an article saying that John Cena has had some I can't even say the word. He's had basically a couple of surgeries on his shoulder, and they went very successful. The doctor said that, quote, he had a complete tear of a small portion of his rotator cuff, and inside there was a large piece of loose tissue in his shoulder that needed to be removed. The doctor and the surgeons also found that there was some deterioration in the shoulder, or that some deterioration that occurred in Cena's AC joint, which is a what's it called? A acromioclavicular joint, which basically is the highest point of the shoulder blade. I guess there was some deterioration in there, and the doctors had to do a little bit of surgery on that, and it looks like it's going to need recovery, so he'll need to be doing some like large range motion in his shoulder before he starts training and putting like weight on it. So John Cena had successful surgery. They found some more having to do with the shoulder. I don't blame them. John Cena's had so much surgery on this, like these upper body. It's nuts how this guy is still going. There's no timetable officially released that when he'll be back. But just by going by research of his current injuries, he looks like he could miss somewhere from 6 to 9 months, and that will indeed put him out of action for WrestleMania 32, which really sucks. I mean, WWE's WrestleMania is getting depleted and more depleted every day, and they're trying to make this the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Let's get to my opinion for John Cena. This is actually a really major loss for WWE right now. As much as I am a Cena hater, it sucks because it's all us Cena haters do. We hate Cena when he's there, and as soon as he goes, it's like, shit, we need him back because he's actually that good. It's true. Don't deny it. I know you haters haters are the same thing with me. You feel the same way, and you know it's the same way. Yeah, it sucks. He's a major loss for WWE right now, as their current roster is being killed with injuries. He's gonna miss WrestleMania 32, and it's supposed to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time, drawing in that over 100,000 crowd mark. Cena's like wear down, I think, is catching up with him. Not just from his age, but like the long career he's had, and like the surgeries he's had in his long career, and just like the amount of like pressure put on Cena to go through all those matches in his career, and how much it's taken a toll on his body. It's insane how he's still wrestling right now. And again, it goes back to his like, it's what he says. He never gives up. He's actually like one of the greatest superstars of all time. It's crazy how I'm saying that, but it's nuts. I think it's just all his injuries now are catching up with him, and I think he's slowly going to move into a part-time basis, just like Randy Orton. It's just a matter of time. I think Cena's like 38 years old, so we'll see about that. But let's go into another topic here. What's WWE going to do for WrestleMania? It's really up in the air. I mean, it looks like they're going to have to resort to bringing back part-time people. Like they shouldn't. Because in my opinion, they should rely on the younger talent, because this is like a key opportunity for the younger talent to come up and prove their worth and show Vince McMahon, look, give me the spotlight at the greatest stage of them all, and I'll own it and I'll draw it for you. Hopefully Vince can see that. But in that case, I think that WWE part-timers might be the way to go for this WrestleMania, as I don't really think the young talent that WWE has could sell 100,000 seats. WWE is probably going to have to rely on Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and maybe The Rock if he can even wrestle. I don't know what the deal is between him and Hollywood right now, and him teasing about some physical role at WrestleMania, so we'll have to see about that. But it just looks like it would help that if WWE capitalized on these part-timers out there like Goldberg, Kurt Angle, and you know what? I hate to say this, and he used to be my boy, and we miss CM Punk. Like, this would be clutch. If CM Punk didn't have to do anything with his UFC right now, he could seriously help WWE right now, as the lack of talent for this year's WrestleMania is huge. So, I mean, they're missing key opportunities to capitalize on these part-timers out there to build this WrestleMania huge. So I think WWE is going to have to rely on these part-time superstars just for this WrestleMania, and then next year focus on the younger talent, and hopefully there's no injuries along the way there. This may take away from the young talent, but it's necessary, I think. I think you can probably incorporate some of the young talent with maybe the part-timers to build some kind of like an epic match, like the old-timer versus the newcomer. Something like that, I think would be pretty cool. So I know we're all probably going to expect The Rock or Triple H having a match maybe, or who knows. I mean, Undertaker still needs an opponent because John Cena was supposed to be that opponent, and because of the injury, he will not be facing John Cena. I don't know if they're going to save that for next year's WrestleMania. It all depends on Undertaker and his health. But I think that's what's going to happen for this WrestleMania and what WWE needs to do. Other than that, guys, that is the update on both those superstars. Other than that, please tune in. We're going to do some more reviews next week for Raw and SmackDown and any news happening in WWE. And we'll try to get our Royal Rumble prediction as soon as we get closer to the Royal Rumble. Other than that, guys, I'm your host, Kyle Masters, the greatest host. This is No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I'm out.